really proud of what this woman stands for in the world. She's a phenomenal woman, a dear friend, and smart to listen to. Please welcome Terri DeNeui.
Better introduction. That was amazing. Well, it's no coincidence that the theme of the conference, which is creating balance and taking action, has been the theme of my talks that I do all over the country for several years now. And when I talk about creating balance, I'm actually specifically talking about the relationship between your health and your ability to generate wealth in your life. And when I talk about wealth generation, I'm talking about not only financial wealth, but the pillars of financial wealth, which are spiritual wealth, relationship wealth is huge, emotional health and wealth. Those are all the foundations of financial wealth. And if any of those are out of whack, then you're not really going to be able to create good movement in your life and be fully present. About 5 years ago, I was embarking on a new journey in my life of single parenthood. And I was really stressed out, to say the least. I had a new business. I was only in business about a year. I was still working part-time at the hospital, maintaining that steady paycheck. I wasn't ready to step fully over there. I wasn't trusting that I was on the right path. And I was really feeling a lot of stress. And I was feeling symptoms like I couldn't sleep at night, I couldn't focus, I was emotionally all over the place. I probably wasn't the nicest I could be to my children at the time. So emotional roller coaster, extreme fatigue, not sleeping well at night, hitting a wall about 4 in the afternoon, kind of looking for that Starbucks or that energy drink to kind of get me through the rest of the day. And it hit me like a ton of bricks one day that I might just need the very therapy that I offer to my patients. You ever have your gifts that you share with the world? Sometimes you have to do a self-check and go, maybe I need a little bit of what I'm giving to everybody else, right? Yeah. And so I did that self-check. And what I realized is I was designing my life and my next chapter completely in a fog. In a fog. How many of you feel like you're walking around in a fog all the time, right? So what I recognized, I was designing my life in a fog and I needed to take some action myself. So I treated myself with my therapy. What I recognized when I was going through this self-process is my patients come to me and our clinics across the country with symptoms of hormone imbalance. And those symptoms are depression, no reason to be depressed, anxiety, mood swings, can't sleep, can't focus, hitting a wall at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, waking up about 2 to 4 in the morning and can't fall back asleep. Right? Irritable, mood swings, weight gain, cold hands, cold feet. Forget about being intimate with our partners. That is off the radar, right? And most of us, we're pretty intelligent ladies, right? We've already consulted with Dr. Google, right? Before we go in, we already know that Dr. Google has told us that, our hormones are out of whack and maybe our thyroid is out of whack, but we often go to our doctors or our practitioners and we know what the answer is and they say, well, all your labs are normal. I don't know what it could possibly be. You're just stressed out. Maybe take up yoga. Maybe, eat right, get some rest, sleep, and you're thinking, really? I paid you to give me that advice? I already know all that, but I can't. Well, everything's normal, so here's your prescriptions for your Xanax, for your anxiety, your antidepressants for your depression, even though you're not chemically depressed all your life. It just kind of started when you hit about 40, maybe after that second baby, never bounced back. But here's your antidepressant, here's your sleeping pill, here's your, oh, this is my new favorite. You must be adult ADD. Yeah, you're adult ADD. And here's your Concerta or your Adderall. It's kind of funny, I have patients that come in and we get through all this stuff and yes, they want to get off their Prozac and yes, they want to get off their anxiety meds, but they're like, no, I really think I am adult ADD because when I take that Concerta and all that stuff, I feel so much better. My fog is gone, I have a lot of energy. And I said, well, of course you do, it's speed. It's prescription speed. Who wouldn't feel better with a little prescription speed, right? But unfortunately, what those medications do is they band-aid and mask symptoms. They do not get to the root cause of what is causing all your issues. And we're walking around with all these pills. It's crazy. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to live with that. And when you are either deciding you don't want to take the pills and live with the symptoms, or you decide you do want to take the pills, because when you take Prozac and some of those antidepressants, you're still going to have weight gain and no libido, but you just don't care. You just don't care. And you cannot be fully present and design your life. You cannot create wealth in your life. When I talk about spiritual wealth, I'm talking about that connection to source, God, that intuitive guide that tells you which way to go. When we're all jumbled up, we don't think. We don't think clearly. We're not making good decisions. When our emotions are all over the place, who do we take it out on the most? Our spouses, our significant others, our partners, our children, right? Those are the people we take it out on the most. So we're not creating good relationships and good partnerships. And those are the foundation of financial wealth. When you're really messing up your financial wealth when you're spending all this money on diet fads and energy drinks and the next best thing that's going to help you lose weight or gain energy. Get to the root cause. I have a great story I like to share about a patient of mine. She's 65. Her retired gynecologist husband brought her in at the advice of their daughter, who had been a patient of ours for quite some time. And she went through the gamut, and we did all of her testing, and she got the therapy. And I saw her about 6 weeks later for her follow-up appointment, and I go in the room and I say, "Oh, hi, how are you doing?" She starts crying, bawling, and I thought, "Ooh, I screwed this one up." No, I didn't do this one right. Something's wrong here. And she got it together, and she said, "No. I have not liked my husband for 25 years. 25 years." And she said, "And I realize now it was me and not him. And he's 86, and I don't think I have much time left with him." You see, she was lamenting the loss of time. She had this amazing gift in a partner and a husband that was right in front of her, but she couldn't recognize it because she was so jumbled up with her hormones. Partnerships are very important, and we cannot connect with people when we're feeling out of whack. I really want to encourage you guys, if any of this rings true to you, to take action. Take action in your life and maybe think about the possibility that some of the things you may be going through with your health are preventing you from creating wealth in your life, from generating wealth in all those areas in your life. Take action. I have an amazing coach that has taught me novel actions transform patterned reactions. Write that down and tweet it. This is a tweetable statement. Novel actions transform patterned reactions. When you take that first step at action, whether it's going out to our booth and getting your blood work drawn today, or just saying, "No, I'm not going to eat more sugar, I'm not going to eat processed foods, I'm going to do something to take hold of my life," you are basically telling the universe, "Done, I'm done, no more. I'm ready to step into myself." Because we want your health to be an asset, not a liability. We want you to be able to be unstoppable in designing your life, in living the design of your life. And you cannot do that without a healthy foundation. And in my opinion, from what I've seen in treating thousands of patients, a healthy foundation is hormone balance. A healthy foundation is hormone balance. I have one more story I want to share with you about a 54-year-old woman that came to see me about 2 years ago. And she was miserable. She was unhappy with her marriage. She was unhappy with her body, her health, her job. She had been passed over time and time again for promotions. She was miserable, to put it bluntly. She just really didn't like what was going on in her life. So she came to me and we did her blood work and we did the consultation and we went through all of that stuff. And of course she was out of whack and her hormones were out of balance and her thyroid was off, even though her doctor told her everything was normal. You know, I train doctors all over the country every month, and I really try to teach them to get back to the art of caring and listening to your patients, looking at your patients instead of a piece of paper in the lab, right?